I think I wanna know ya, yeah, what?
Hey, take it away, Brandon.
Hello and welcome to episode 9 of Milton Talk, the only podcast on the internet where we exclusively talk about hurricanes. Joined, as always, with my co-host, who is surviving it right now, JPO. How are we doing today? Are you?
Well, now I feel like we got to start off on a real note here. Yeah, no. Well, I guess if you're suffering right now, you're probably not seeing this, but because you probably don't have power, or whatnot. Sean's watching the replay. Much love to everybody here. I was lucky enough to be in a really good pocket of Florida, where obviously I have power. Everything's good here. So shout out to all those that literally minutes away. I have friends that are just minutes away. Who last I checked didn't have power. Other people that are very close, losing stuff, damage, and whatnot. So if you're suffering, much love to you guys. This one of the pratfalls of being in Florida here is dealing with this. I've dealt with it my whole life, pretty much. So thanks for the downer beginning, Brendan.
Hey, this is we're doing this for the people. So now when they get their power back on, they're like, oh, what did I miss? Oh yeah, I got a long time first time to watch. This is for them. So
I'm sure that's the first thing they'll do once they get back.
Dry. We're thinking about all of you. And we're gonna be talking about some crazy ass movies this week. This is long time first time. The only show on the internet that talks about older movies. And the only show that lets you come on and talk about them. That might be true.
Yeah. Join us. The link's right there. Links in the comments. Do it. Click it.
Jordan, what'd you watch this week?
You start first. I think I started last week.
Okay, I'll start first. I'm going to start with this crazy movie called Sleepaway Camp.
Okay.
Now, I messaged Jordan. I was like, do we do spoilers? He said he wanted. I'm torn here because this movie.
I feel like even I know what you're saying, and I haven't seen the movie.
I don't know if I want to spoil it here, then, but if you haven't seen it, but this is a slasher from 1983 about a kid and his cousin who is experiencing some trauma. You see in the beginning, she lost her family. She experienced some trauma, so she's a little quiet, a little odd, a little weird, and she goes to sleepaway camp with her cousin. And this movie is pure 80s slasher. It's cheesy. It's terrible in spots. This is the #1 best movie all time for shorts. Some of these outfits are, like these camp counselor dudes would not get jobs nowadays wearing some of these outfits. It is absolutely insane, some of the shit these guys are wearing. But again, it just adds to the charm of, a stereotypical 80s slasher. Some decent kills. Definitely some things that wouldn't, like, one person's in the bathroom and a beehive gets in there and then they just die. That doesn't make any sense. One person gets burned by a pot of boiling hot water and then just dies. So that doesn't make sense either. So the kills don't really make sense, but it's entertaining. It's fun. It's just a kind of it's not really good, but it's like enjoyable because it's silly and goofy. And then I've heard about the ending and how it was a crazy ending. I didn't know what it was. And it's just like batshit and like it leaves you with your jaw dropped open on the floor the way they end this movie. And it's one of those movies that like twists everything up and then just ends. Like they reveal what happens and then movie's over and you have no time to think about it, no time to process it. You're just like sitting there with your thoughts in a dark room and you're just like, what the fuck did I just watch? And this is one of those movies. So if you're looking for a what the fuck did I just watch movie, highly recommend it. There's like 5 other ones. I don't know if they're related or anything. Don't know anything about those ones. I probably won't watch it, but this one is, if you want something insane and you want like a good twist, I don't know if it's a good twist. If you want a twist, if you want something, Sleepaway Camp. I gave it 3 stars. It's not a 3-star movie. It's more like a 2.5-star movie. But I gave it 3 stars just because it's enjoyable. I enjoyed my time with it. I thought, you got to rate these like cheesy horror slashers on kind of a different scale. It's kind of like fast food scale. So I rate this 3 stars on the, shitty horror movie scale.
Yeah, never seen it, but I am aware of the twist you're mentioning. I feel it is pretty well known, but just in case you haven't seen or heard of the twist, we'll just leave it at that.
I have to explain a lot of things in order to make it make sense, so I just don't want to get into that.
I don't know if this is a friend of yours or if it's just the first timer here, but we got someone named Peter on the call. Peter, how you doing? Are you there?
Hello.
Hello there, Peter. How you doing today? And did you see any good movies lately? Or any movies at all?
No.
No. Cool. So,
No.
what you want to talk about, Peter?
I came on here, but here's the thing. Genuine advice for you, like not to troll
Sure,
or
go ahead.
anything, but you need to,
Not at all.
I mean, you need to kind of exercise. Not a troll, but
He knows I'm fat. Good for him. I love it. First time ever.
Hey,
No.
we got a
Kudos.
fan.
Shout out. Peter, thank you. I will do some jumping jacks later in your honor.
Peter.
Speaking of Peter, that love of jumping jacks, Chris Diaz, how are you?
Is that you, Chris?
What'd you see this week?
So I bought Malcolm Reagan for this week for Body Trump movies. So I hit one of my biggest blind spot. I watched Being John Malkovich for the first time today. I fucking love this movie. I like Spike Jonze, the director, I love her. I really do like Red Rising on the movie. I thought they were really funny. Catherine Tina is hysterical in it. It's a really nice Body Trump movie. Like, it's definitely something I'm glad I finally got around to watching.
Yeah, I like this movie. I feel like I watched it not too long ago for the first time. Another batshit crazy, insane movie in a different way. But yeah, it's really enjoyable. It's silly. It's goofy. It's weird. But I like this movie a lot. I need to rewatch it again. I feel like this is the type of movie that you need to watch like a few times in order to like fully get it. But no, it's pretty good. Yeah, let's get the guy out of here.
Yeah, I give it 5 stars. I love this movie.
Yeah, Brian Newsom showing some love for it too, and is in his 64. I like this as well here. Of course, I think Charlie Kaufman has made a bad movie yet here, directed by Spike Jonze as well. He's got a good visual flair. So yeah, I've been even meaning to actually rewatch this one for a while here. I believe I have it about at the 4-star mark. Rich, you ever seen Being John Malkovich?
Yes, I like that movie a lot. It's also, I think it's in my 128. Yes, it's a good movie. It's a great movie.
And you said 5 stars, Chris?
Yeah, 5 stars.
Oh, big old banger here coming in.
Next week for another Buck Spot movie that is a blank spotlight, so stay tuned for next week.
Stay tuned indeed. Well, now we got Richie Nemo Goodacre who needs to slap his monitor because it's speeding.
Monitor.
Yeah, there you go. See, it works. You literally just have to Fonzie it. All right, what'd you see this week?
Cool. I saw probably a more lesser known Jake Gyllenhaal movie, Stronger. About he plays it's a true story about him, a guy who was a victim of the Boston bombing, and sort of how he navigates his life sort of post that, and sort of how sort of I guess society's trying to worship him as a hero, and he sort of just wants to be this like normal, he sort of wants to be this normal dude, and then trying to. Yeah, and it's really good. I feel like Jake Gyllenhaal's probably one of the better actors never to like win an Oscar. I feel like he also got probably passed over for this. But it's a really good movie, and you also got Tatiana Maslany in it as well, who is really good. I'm not glad as well. But I wasn't a huge fan of the ending, but I get it. So they put it down for me. But yeah, I think overall I'd probably think it's a solid 3.5-star movie. But yeah, a strong 3.5. So it nearing 4, but didn't quite get there. But it's a really good movie.
Yeah,
No, I
Brandon,
dig
I've
it here.
not
Yeah,
seen it.
Black Spot.
Yeah, I have not seen it. I'm looking at reviews of it. I'm seeing kind of the same thing that you're saying, like movie 3 stars, Jake Gyllenhaal 5 stars. So it looks like he's pretty good in this. I'd like to see him act. So.
Yeah, weirdly enough, for whatever reason, those that's just kind of filling the radar for whatever reason here. That only just now Richie's getting to it, and neither one of us have. Brian, you ever see Stronger?
I have not.
Richie, any plugs or parting words?
That's Richie's first experience with the people getting pulled in and out of here. Get ready, you're gonna be in and out.
Yeah, Lenny Marks later on with one of those guys, and I'm not going to.
All right, Brian, you seen any movies lately?
Yes, I have. Actually, 2 days ago, actually. And speaking of Joker coming out, I saw the King of Comedy for the first time.
Okay.
Yeah, I went to this at no expectations. I enjoyed Robert De Niro's character, being a such a fan of Jerry Lewis's character, Jerry Langford, and I quite have fun with that. I do enjoy the last act with the whole kidnapping scene that's even on the TV show afterwards, and I quite enjoyed it a lot for first time watch.
No, that's a big heck yes for me. I'm a. Can I start first sometimes, Brennan? No, I like this movie a lot here. As you kind of mentioned the Joker connections as well for here. I think it's a great De Niro performance. Brennan?
Well, the reason I was going first on this is because I think we have another first on this episode of Long Time First Time, because I don't want to know if I want to do 2 movies in a row. But the second movie I was going to talk about this week was King of Comedy.
Hey, fantastic! Jump on it. What did you give it, Brian?
I gave it 5 stars.
All right, go take it away, Brennan.
Yeah, so I watched this again. I watched this also for the first time because Joker's coming out, or Joker 2 is coming out, and I've heard a lot of similarities between the first one and this movie. I liked Joker. I didn't love it. I thought it was a little bit felt like, a Scorsese movie, something like, Taxi Driver, things like that. And I heard this is basically like a shot for shot thing. It's not shot for shot, but it is awfully close to being Joker. I think it's the better movie. We don't get maybe the highs of, Joaquin Phoenix acting. I think he's great in that, but Robert De Niro is so good in this. It's so uncomfortable. It's so awkward to watch. He's this. He keeps walking into this office and he's just oh wait, and just sits there, and it's just so hard to watch it sometimes, but in a good way because that's what it's supposed to do. He's one of his really a great performance that isn't really talked about for De Niro, and I wish more people saw this. Hoping that with the Joker, the first Joker coming up, maybe the second Joker coming up, this will gain some more traction and work its way up the Letterboxd, popularity rankings. But it was a fantastic movie. It was cool that someone came on to talk about this movie I'm talking about. So 4.5 stars I gave it.
Yeah, no, it's a solid flick. Brian, you ever seen King of Comedy? I'm sorry, Richie?
How dare you?
Richie?
Yeah, I have a long time ago. It's a really good movie. I'd probably go with 4.
Yeah, I probably rated that maybe that 4.5. Even I really like it a lot here. Brian, any plugs?
Plugs? Your favorite multiplex be better.
Cool. All right, Brandon. Oh no, actually, I get to do my first one here. Oh, I never even. Oh yeah, that's right. Okay.
Brian said,
hold on, I'm spelling up. What did I misspell? What? Okay. I misspelled werewolf. I saw American Werewolf in London. I feel like this is one of those ones that I saw a long time ago. And I mean a long time ago for me. But finally got around to seeing it in full on here. There's a lot of things I really admire and like about this movie here. First of all, shout out to the main guy here. I actually looked him up later on and was like, what's he been in lately? Not a hell of a lot, sadly enough. He didn't really go on to do too many other things, especially in recent times here. But good beginning to him and his buddy, who you see as that kind of decomposing zombie. Always fun to catch up with him. Every time he appears, he's kind of more and more decomposing here. The practical effects are great. The transformations, some really great stuff here as well. And the last half is where it unfortunately knocks me off just a little bit here. And I think unfortunately there is a bit of a disconnect of being now in the year 2024 because it wanted very anticlimactic ending in my opinion here. It really just kind of end. Good night. At the end, we saw the main issue at front, and we're out of here. By the time he is a werewolf and he even knows that he even is one here too, it all just kind of wrapped up way too quickly for me here. So there's a lot I admire about it here. It wasn't enough to kind of like get me too over the moon, but still 3.5 stars, 3.5 stars. It's still definitely a recommendation for me, but it wasn't one that like I loved as much as I kind of hoped I would. What do you think, Brandon?
Over the moon? Did you do that on purpose?
No, but I should have been.
So
What's up, Eric?
apparently, I have this listed as 5 stars on mine.
Really? Okay.
I remember really liking this movie. I haven't seen it in a while. I watched it maybe like 10 years ago. They had a themed maze at Horror Nights at Universal. So I remember watching it for that. And I remember loving it. I gave it 5 stars. Apparently, I am due for a rewatch because I've only seen it that one time. But remember, in the moment, really liked this movie. I like the comedy. I like the horror. I like all aspects of this movie. And it's I remember I liked that it was a breezy film. Maybe for you, it was just a little too breezy.
I mean, I like that too to a degree, but it just to get to that next level of even a 4, I was suckered out of it a little bit here. I felt by how quickly it is. Like literally, he knows he's a werewolf. There's like one more, big kind of theater scene. Also, even that too is a lot of just like the puppet attacking people, quick shots because they don't have the technology or the money to do more than that. So even that's kind of like a whimper to a small degree for me. Brian, what do you think about American Werewolf in London?
I seen it. I might have to do rewatch of it.
What did you think about the time you saw it then?
I enjoyed it.
We say 3, 4, 4.5.
I said 3.5.
Rich, you ever seen American Werewolf in London?
I haven't, but I'll get around to it. Have you seen in Paris?
Richie is an American Werewolf. That's why.
Are you gonna watch American Werewolf in Paris? And I heard that.
I might. I think weirdly enough, I think I have seen that one as well. So I might have to get to that. And hopefully, Brandon, I hope that movie doesn't suck because you know what movie does suck? A movie called Don't Suck from last year. Here's the premise, and this is a real movie, and you'll see via the trailer. Jamie Kennedy is a washed up stand-up comedian, when he passes prime, and he meets Matt Rife, that gorgeous crowd talking, comedian that everyone loves now. And they start to go on tour together, and he finds out Matt Rife's a vampire. That's literally the premise of this movie here. It's a Matt Rife, Jamie Kennedy vampire comedy. I'd hoped it wouldn't suck. It kind of did. I mean, unfortunately, Matt Rife's vampire is a guy who I guess is truly from Transylvania 200 years ago. So he's always doing this kind of slow, boring accent here. The revelations of the vampire stuff doesn't really go anywhere. I mean, you could almost just take that out of this, just make him a weird guy, if you will. It's never really funny. There's a couple of moments on stage that are kind of funny. I don't know if those are actually written by Kennedy or somebody else, but yeah, this movie just it really does kind of drag along. It's not very good. I know you haven't seen it, but hey, I can give it a 1.5 stars for my weekly bad movie. Have you heard or seen this?
I think I'd heard of it, or the name when he said "Don't Suck," I was like, I knew. But maybe it was just suck. I just knew it was vampire, so I don't know if I knew of it because it was a vampire movie, or I had no idea what this was about. So
you can go on the Roku channel right now and watch it for free. Rich, you ever seen "Don't Suck," the Matt Rife vampire comedy?
Jamie Kennedy playing a washed-out comedian he's got quite range. I'm just
yeah.
But ding. No, I haven't
seen
the best
part about it.
I'm intrigued now. He's
intrigued. What is your final movie of the day? And if anyone else wants to join, give us some movie advice, some some active advice. Let us know. What did you give? What did you give King Comedy?
5. 4.5.
Oh, yeah! Don't lie to me. I tested you.
Brian gave it 5.
All right. So What's your final one? It's not your weekly whole film, is it?
It is my weekly whole film. So I like to watch movies kind of about where I'm at and that represent me as a person, and I can see representation in these films. So I watched Boys in the Hood, a movie that does not. I mean,
every time I watch Boys in the Hood, I go, man, this is straight up Brendan's life.
I mean, it's an hour away. Like I mean, maybe 90 minutes with traffic, so I can get there. I can get into the hood. But no, I have not watched this before. I've been wanting to watch it for a long time. I've heard nothing, you hear nothing but great things about the movie, and it really, really lives up to those expectations. It is just an amazing kind of day in the life film, an amazing horror story about, life in these neighborhoods and what it's like for these people growing up, and how you don't even have to be in the life to be pulled into the life, and you don't even have to be involved to get involved and get caught up in it. It's really, really like a hard watch at times. The ending is really, really hard to watch. Lawrence Fishburne is amazing in this movie. Cuba Gooding Jr. probably the best I've ever seen him. I've never seen Jerry Maguire, so I don't. But this is the best I've ever seen him in. Ice Cube is great in this movie. Angela, everyone's just like on top of their game in this movie. It's just doing such a good job. It just feels so real, and it's just an amazing, amazing watch. I will say this: I see students for the last couple of years at like TJ Maxx or Target. They just sell like Boys in the Hood shirts now as like a fashion thing. It's just like a shirt, like a band shirt. You get like Boys in the Hood shirts and hoodies and stuff like that. And it's like these rich white kids in Calabasas, California, wearing these shirts, and it's just like it kind of upset me after seeing that. And I don't get upset with with stuff like that, but it's like this is not like a glorified movie. I feel like some people glorify this movie as like a cool movie. Like nothing cool about this, and it's not supposed to be cool at all. Like this is like it's October. This is like a horror movie almost. Like this is people's lives. This is real. This is horrific things happening to these people. So just wanted to get up on my soapbox and be like, don't wear this shirt because this happens to people, and we don't make light of that. I don't know where I was going with that. But again, amazing movie, 5-star film, great. I looked into John Singleton because I haven't seen much of his movies, and it looks like this is the only good movie he's ever made.
Hey, Larry Fishburne, by the way, according to the trailer here. No, I see what you're saying. Yeah, I've always felt the kind of slightly weird too. People like idolize Scarface too much.
Yeah.
Like, isn't he kind of like a woman beater and just drug dealer to all kinds? Like,
yeah.
It's not an interesting movie, don't get me wrong. I like the movie, but again, I don't know if we should be like, he's someone I look up to. Richie, you look up to murderers. What do you think of Boys in the Hood?
I feel the same way about Jordan Belfort in Wolf of Wall Street. But yeah, I haven't seen Boys in the Hood.
I have, though. It was a really good movie. I agree. It's another one of a more recent-ish watch for me as well. Yeah, around that kind of 4.5 star category for me as well. We should end on a high note, right? We should end on a really good movie.
I have a feeling you're not going to end on a good movie.
Not doing it, because we'll talk about Meeting Evil, a movie that's on its sleeve has, again, well, I don't know, but Don't Suck had a great premise. This has a good enough premise here. Luke Wilson's maybe, battling marriage problems, maybe a little bit of alcoholism problems here, and Samuel Jackson shows up to just ruin his freaking day, and just things keep getting worse and worse. Bad decisions are constantly made here. And when I say bad decisions, I mean the typical movie dumb decisions here. Luke Wilson, who's never met the guy. First he pulls a Harold and Kumar, where he's at this front door, and Jackson's like, hey, can you help me outside? And he turns around, and his phone's literally, like, on the desk, like, a couple feet away, and he's like, nah, I've gone too far. So he leaves without his phone. He literally Harold and Kumar said, where he's like, I'll get that phone later. And then later on he gets hurt, believes that this guy will drive him to the hospital for some reason, instead of just, calling an ambulance. Again, just dumb decisions here. This thing really plogs along here. Never really explains to, or even tries to, what Jackson's deal is. I thought there's going to be they kind of go for a twist at the end, but that's very unearned. I did not like this movie. I'd rather watch Don't Suck. I'm not even giving it that extra half a point. I'm just giving it 1 star. I didn't like this here. Jackson deserves better. He's one of those weird actors that like somehow does multi-million-dollar movies, but then also will say yes to something like this or Cell with John Cusack. I don't quite get it. So yeah, this is not a good one here. Meaning Evil is going to meet a 1-star review. Let me guess, you haven't seen it?
I've not seen this, but I did some research, and I have a trivia question to ask you.
Uh-oh.
How much money did this make domestically? Actually, worldwide.
Oh, hold on, because that's in someone's Letterboxd review. It's like
that's what I saw.
400 bucks or something, or what is it?
$525.
Yeah, go close without going over. No, it's not that
It
over.
made $181 opening weekend, which I'm doing my math. If it costs $20 to see a movie nowadays, that means like 9 people saw this opening weekend.
Yeah, no, I mean, and it must have been in 12 theaters, and yeah, because this doesn't, it's not shot very theatrically. Like, I'm surprised it went to any theaters. So.
Yeah, that's why I was like shocked. I thought it would just go to like this. I guess it was 2012, so not like in that peak era of streaming.
Isn't that era was like a lot of things still kind of snuck out to some theaters? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like nowadays there'd be probably 0 theaters that would carry this.
Oh yeah, absolutely. But like Samuel Jackson, like he's been in Avengers.
I know you've seen this, Richie.
I didn't even know this was a thing. Like,
no, it's not.
Yeah,
the producers evidently didn't like it. Well, yeah, they shouldn't. They didn't make a good movie here. At one point, I fell asleep for 40 minutes, and I went, I don't have to rewind, do I? And I reluctantly rewound because I was like, all right, I'd feel kind of cheated if I reviewed it and like only saw 60% of it.
Eric, you coming in?
Brandon. No. Anything else? Anything else you got for this week?
That's all I got. I could pull out an old one, but that's all I got for this week.
Rich, you see anything else this week? Wake up.
Hi. No. That's all I got this week. I'll be back.
Eric. Okay, while we wait for Eric, what else you got this week, Witchy?
Yeah, we got well, other than just Lonely Marks, like I said, and that's about it. Tournament fights as well.
What's the last wrestling match you've watched?
What's the last wrestling match I watched?
What main event in Raw? Gunther and Sami Zayn.
It was Gunther and Sami Zayn, and it was a good match.
I watched NXT first, and Dynamite first.
Okay, well, yeah, actually, it was probably the NXT thing. Then it was I can't even remember what the
Javon Evans versus Randy Orton.
Javon Evans and Randy Orton. It was a good match.
Hey, you there now?
I just joined to tell you that the stream is down in YouTube. If you check.
Okay, it might be back sooner or later because I probably showed a trailer I didn't like.
It's something about a policy. Yeah. Real quick, I saw Jacob's Ladder finally after the bracket battles 90s.
And
ooh, talk about it.
Yeah, I had this very weird position. I normally use the computer, but I thought it was pretty fun. Like the first hour feels more like psychological, like more horror-like, I guess, and then the second half felt very. I mean, just in the movie, it's very spiritual. It makes you think about life. I thought that was pretty good. Tim Robbins gives a great performance, and everybody around him also. I didn't know Bing Rames was in that, so it was good to see him. The other girlfriend he has, Elizabeth Peña, I think is her name. She's pretty good in that. And yeah, creepy faces all around. I like it a lot. I gave it 4 stars.
Nice. Glad to see you like that one here. Yeah, we were hyping that up last time we were on a stream together. All right. Yeah, appreciate you, Eric, for letting us know. We're down. Hopefully we're back up by now. If not, we'll be back up later. You got anything else for us, Brendan?
I don't. Matt Rife's lawyer.
Oh, I lose you? All right, back. Was it that trailer?
I don't know. Does it say specifically?
Oh. I'll figure it out. Yeah, once we're done with this, I'll look at it.
Oh, okay. I'm just assuming it was definitely either the Luke Wilson camp or the Matt Rife camp that is targeting us. Because, we're pretty on everyone's radar. But no, that was it for this week. That's all I got. I'll promise to get into more spooky shit later on. I got some spooky stuff. It was pretty spooky, but not too spooky. But, right in the middle of the spookiness. I watched Sleepaway Camp. fun, crazy, short comedy, horror. Not even a comedy, but it's kind of a comedy nowadays. King of Comedy, not a comedy, but a horrific movie also. What's a lot of horrific movies this week? King of Comedy is horrific. Boys in the Hood also horrific. A lot of not horror, but scary, real lifey, creepy stuff. So I watched that. Jordan, recap us on your garbage.
No, didn't start off with garbage here. A lot to admire and like about American Werewolf in London. It just didn't get me, wait for it, Over the Moon, 3.5. But what did get me way under the moon was Don't Suck, the Matt Rife, Jamie Kennedy vampire comedy, and 1.5 here. Like I said, a couple moments where I was like, I could see a premise, and Jamie Kennedy actually is sort of kind of funny at times, but not great. And then Meeting Evil, like I said, I was about to give it 1.5, and I went, Jordan, why does it deserve that extra half? Because then I couldn't come up with a reason, so I had to just stay at 1 here. Not thrilling, not sensical, almost laughter bad, but not in a fun way either. Like, I'm not saying go watch this happening ways, just skip it all together here. And then Richie was here. How you doing, Richie?
I'm good.
Sweet. Brandon, I love you more than you'll ever know. Anything else?
No, coming soon. Long time, first time wrestling match edition. That's it.
What?
You hold it on your side.